The small glass containers marched like soldiers into battle. Inside each, a coronavirus vaccine. Thousands upon thousands every hour, sorted, labeled, ready to ship. A national vaccine developed and produced right here in Mexico. At least that will hopefully happen soon anyway. For now, it is just water inside these ampules. You're watching a simulation inside Nail Pharma, a Mexican pharmaceutical company that plans to eventually produce millions of vaccine doses. But to do that, they need a vaccine.
We have the responsibility to offer something in this situation, things that we know how to do them.
And researchers Ed Asciuto and Juan Pedro Laclet know how to do vaccines. Decades of experience have brought them to this point, leading a team developing a vaccine at Mexico's prestigious National Autonomous University. Donning lots of protective equipment, we were able to visit several of the labs involved in the research. The group says they'll only start phase 1 trials in January, though, far behind giants like AstraZeneca or Pfizer, who could develop a vaccine this year. But
considering the situation of the pandemics right now, all over the world, it's not going to be too late.
Because in part, they say, first doesn't equal best. We don't know how well the first round of vaccines will work. Getting billions of doses around the world might be the logistical challenge of the century, and each is different, one perhaps working better in certain populations than another.
It is important to have many alternatives and select the best.
But Mexico developing its own vaccine is steeped in international politics, too. Consider only a handful of countries will produce the first round of vaccines, the most sought-after products in the world. But the government says its proactive deal-making means they've already secured up to 116 million doses of different vaccines when they become available.
That's why international cooperation has this interesting role right now, because we don't feel alone.
Though few, if any, countries want to rely exclusively on foreign help when it comes to public health, which is partly why the Foreign Ministry has secured funding for 6 Mexican-developed vaccine trials, some of which will eventually be made right here at Nail Pharma.
When they actually start making these vaccines, this machine's going to be running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with the goal of making as many vaccines as possible. This machine can make roughly 500,000 doses of this size each day.
As a Mexican, I feel that we're helping out in some way. It sometimes feels as if I were in the front line.
Nail Pharma's early ramp-up in production could, if it all goes right, lead to millions of vaccines in hand by the end of next year. But for now, a university studies, a company prepares, and a country waits for a vaccine of its very own.